Okay, today is Saturday, November 30th, and today and yesterday I was kind of just thinking. Basically, there's a few things that I want to talk about. I want to talk about kind of like I don't know if dichotomy is the word, but the dichotomies of like certain things, and then kind of related to that is just like whether I'm overcomplicating like all this improvement stuff. So, just to start off, I just want to talk about a couple things I've just been thinking about that I find interesting. The first dichotomy that I was thinking about today is with decision making, specifically like a yes or no. Like most decision making is just like one path or this other path, just two paths. But those two paths could lead to many like very different results, and making enough of those decisions forms your life. Like your life is made of decisions, and we are the way that we are because of these decisions that we've made and that other people have made that affect us. And that's just very, like, a decision is just, there's a split, there's a fork in the road, and you choose one pathway that affects different people in different ways, affects you in different ways, just has a different result, has different effects on you and others and other things than the second path. And I was just kind of thinking about decision making and how can we know if we are making good decisions. Ultimately, I feel like almost any decision you make will be good because that's what God has planned for your life. And if, like, there's a verse, if God is for me, who can be against me, right? If God is for you, then any decision you make that is aligned with his word, then it's going to be a good decision, right? But when we're thinking of, like, whether you should do this thing or not, right? The most helpful kind of question or thing to think about, at least for me, when I am making decisions is this, like when you think about pros and cons, right? Does this benefit me in the short term or does this benefit me in the long term? And always go with the one that benefits you in the long term. Like scrolling on your phone, right? That benefits you in the short term. But if you don't scroll, then that will benefit you in the long term. And I think that has just, I've talked about it a lot on this channel, and I have a bunch of things on my wall all relating to that. Does this benefit you in the short term or does it benefit you in the long term? And that, I think, has been one of the most helpful questions to think about when I'm trying to make a decision. The second kind of dichotomy that I was thinking, I don't know if dichotomy is the word, but the second thing I was thinking about today is about relationships. And I have a full video about like the importance of relationships and things like that, so I'll link that in the description. But what I was thinking about is that it's so weird that through these decisions, right, we make all these different forks in the road and they all lead to different results. But where you are right now is where you're supposed to be. And like where you are right now is just a compilation of all those previous decisions and everything about where you are right now. So physically where you are right now, mentally where you are right now, relationally, like the friends that you have are a result of your decisions, like your decisions and that person's decisions. And then it just so happens that you like were friends or something like that. I hope this makes sense. It's just very interesting to think about the effect that your decisions have on it. Like there's a quote thing that I saw a while ago that's like, in movies, when people like time travel and they make a tiny little change, it affects so much. But we don't think about how making a tiny change right now can affect our life so much. And that is just so interesting. It's kind of scary in a way, right? Because then you would tend to overthink every single decision that you make. But it's just cool. Like where I am right now is just a compilation of all the decisions that have come before me. And the people I know, the friends that I have, the knowledge that I have, just all these things that I have and do is just a result of all these decisions that I've made in the past. And that's just very interesting. And like within these, I'm thinking more of like relationships. Within these relationships, not only is it a compilation of both people's decisions, but it's also like other people's decisions and just decisions all around that caused two people to meet or caused whatever, right? And then like somehow those people became friends. Like somehow, due to the decisions you have made, due to the other person's decisions, due to the other certain happenings that cause them to like meet or something like that, and due to how you are, like who your personality is, which is a result of all the decisions you have made. And then those two people just click. That's just something that I was thinking about earlier when I was thinking about like my friends. And it's just so interesting. So that's another kind of thing that's like, our decisions result in this thing. And it's like cool to think about. And then the last kind of thing that I was thinking about in terms of like the dichotomy of like decision making is taking action on things. And I want to talk more about like improvement. Because when you choose to do something, when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, right? And when you're saying to no to something, you're saying yes to something else, right? There's always like, doing an action is always just an existence. Like, are you doing the action or not? Are you learning this skill or not? Are you scrolling on your phone or not, right? So there's always a yes or no factor to all of these decisions you make, right? It's kind of just what I was saying earlier. Like, there's a fork in the road and there are two paths. And it's just yes or no. Are you going to do this thing or not? And if you do this thing, what else are you saying no to, right? And when I think about this and I think about all this motivational stuff of like, are you going to wake up and do this thing that you've always wanted to do? Are you going to get up and work out? Like that kind of thing. But also I was just kind of thinking about how I feel like I've been overthinking improvement so much. And I take improvement and productivity so much more seriously than I need to. And I just really need to simplify it down, because if we just simplify it down to just making decisions, right? And I think recently I've been realizing that this channel is meant to help you and to help me do the right things efficiently. So being efficient and effective, those are the two words that I've been trying to center my videos around, just being efficient and effective within your life. And if you just boil down your life into just decisions that you make, because the only way you can affect your life, the things that you can control, are the decisions you make and how you carry out those decisions, right? So if you just boil down your life to the decisions that you make, the decisions that you make will result in either improvement or decline. And I think the way that I've been thinking about improvement with I don't think I've been thinking about improvement in a wrong way. I just think that I worry too much about how productive I am and how much I'm improving. But really, if I think about productivity and like self-improvement, if I think about all that as just living efficiently and effectively, that's going to be different for every person, which is going to result in different decisions for those people. Like, a certain study technique may work for me, but not work for the person next to me, right? Because we're all different. And that's something I talked about yesterday. Like, we're all different. Our brains are different. And I want to learn more about that. But we're all different. We all make different decisions. And those decisions have formed us to be who we are right now. So if I want to give general improvement information, I have to be more general. I can't, yes, I want to share my experiences, and those experiences will be the same for some people, but it's not the same for some people, right? There's both. So I think the way that I've been thinking about improvement, kind of just stressing about it and kind of overthinking it, because it's honestly, I just need to be thinking efficient and effective. Am I doing the right things? Am I being effective with my work? And am I just being efficient with it? So I think efficiency and effectiveness is the core of how I should be thinking about improvement, and how I need to be telling you guys this moving forward. Because I'm just trying to help you guys live more efficient, effective lives. And all of that boils down to the decisions we make. The decisions we make that is either an efficient way or non-efficient way, or a decision we make that is either effective or non-effective, quality and quantity, that kind of thing. So I guess to boil everything that I said today, your takeaway is that you are where you are right now because of all the decisions that you have made in the past, and all the things that all the decisions other people have made in the past, right? That's why you're at where you're at right now. And you need to realize that making, decisions are everything. Decisions are your life. Truly. If I decide to scroll or if I decide to film this video, those are going to result in completely different paths. If I decide to follow Christ versus separate myself from him, that is one decision that has such an amazing, such a widespread effect. So I think we need to realize that your decisions, like we make so many decisions every single day, and some of them have a smaller effect, but some of them have a much wider effect, right, on your life and on other people's lives. So I think we need to realize that your decisions are everything. And what I'm trying to do with this channel is help you make better decisions and, like I said, be efficient and effective. So make the right decisions, know when to make those decisions, and do them efficiently and effectively. Carry out those decisions efficiently and effectively. So making the right decisions, knowing like what decisions to make, and then when you're carrying out those decisions, like I can't just make the decision like I'm going to film this video and not scroll, but I have to carry out that decision. I have to take that action. So doing that action efficiently and effectively. That is your takeaway for today. That's what I need to be focusing more on, especially as I'm trying to make these Notion templates for you guys for the new year, because the new year's coming up, which means like goals and resolutions and all that kind of thing. And I want to make sure that they're actually efficient and effective, and they're not just like complicating this improvement system that I've been stressing about, right? It's just all comes down to the decisions and actions that you make and do. And that is how I'm trying to help you. So your action point for today is to just is to realize how important your daily decisions are, and to put more consideration into those decisions you make, whether or not you're a Christian. Like, just constantly think, is what I'm doing, is it selfless, or is it selfless, or is it selfish? Is this thing going to help me in the long term or in the short term? Think about realize how important your decisions are, and I encourage you to just consider them more. And this is something like, it's not like I'm an expert at this, right? This is something I need to do as well. So yeah, that is what I learned today, just about decision making, I guess, and how much more of an effect it has on your life than I thought it would. So yeah, if you like this video, then definitely hit the like button. If you have any thoughts, then definitely leave them in the comments down below, because I would love to hear your thoughts. If you want to see more videos just like this one, then definitely subscribe, because I'm posting every single day talking about what I learned that day and how I'm trying to apply it to my life and how you guys can apply it to yours. So if you want to see those kinds of videos, then definitely subscribe for daily insights. And yeah, this is the video where I talk about the importance of relationships and how we can apply that. So if you want to watch that, then that's right there. You can subscribe in that corner. And if you subscribe, then I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.